Have you ever read a story so beautiful, so touching, that it stayed in your heart for days, maybe even weeks? But did you ever stop to ask, who wrote it? Did you know their name, their face, their voice? Or did they stay invisible to you like a whisper in the wind? Today, we are going to talk about someone who writes powerful stories, beautiful poems, and deep thoughts, but no one knows who they are. They are the invisible writer. This is their story, and maybe a little part of yours too. There once was a young man named Ayaan. He lived in a small town where dreams were always big but often stayed inside closed doors. Ayaan had no special degree, no famous family, and no connections. But he had a secret, a burning fire inside his heart. He loved to write. He used to write in the quiet hours of the night while the world slept. He filled notebooks with poems, stories, letters he never sent, and emotions he could never speak. But there was one problem. He never shared his words, never, not even once. Ayan thought, who would read this? Who am I to say something important? What if they laugh? What if I'm not good enough? And so he became invisible, not because he wanted to, but because he was afraid of being seen. He worked at a small shop during the day and lived a normal, simple life. People saw his face, but not his soul. They never saw the world he was building inside his mind. A world full of colors, characters, and emotions that danced in every sentence he wrote. But something changed one rainy evening. He was at a cafe, writing in his old notebook as usual. A little girl came up to him. She was lost, cold, and crying. Ayaan gave her shelter, offered tea, and while waiting for her parents, he read her one of his short stories, one about a bird who could not fly but still sang the most beautiful song in the jungle. The girl stopped crying. She smiled. She said, "That bird is like me." "Thank you, uncle." And just like that, something inside Ayaan broke open. He realized his words had power, real power. From that night, he started posting his stories online, but never used his real name. He chose a pen name, the Invisible Writer, and people started reading. Thousands, then millions. They didn't know who he was, but they felt him. In every word, they saw their own pain, hope, dreams, and fears. His invisibility was not his weakness. It became his magic. But fame, even silent fame, has a price. Some people wanted to know who he was. They started guessing, searching, digging. Offers came, book deals, interviews, TV shows, but all wanted his real face. Ayan refused. He didn't want to be famous. He just wanted to write. But the world doesn't always let you stay invisible when you become important. This is where the real struggle began. Should he reveal himself and take the credit? Or should he protect his peace and stay hidden? He asked himself every night, what matters more, being seen or being heard? And that, my dear listener, is the real question of this story. You see, we live in a time when everyone wants to be noticed. Social media, selfies, videos, it's all about me. But what if your biggest impact comes when no one knows your name? What if your best work is the one where your ego doesn't stand in the spotlight? Ayan's journey teaches us that true expression doesn't always need attention. Sometimes it only needs honesty, purity, passion. In the end, Ayan made his decision. He published his first book under the Invisible Writer. He donated all the money to build a library in his town. And in that library, there is one small photo frame, not of his face, but of a single sentence. It says, "Write not to be remembered. Write so someone else remembers themselves." So if you are listening to this and thinking, I want to say something too. I want to create. I want to write, but I'm not good enough. Remember, Ayan, remember that even invisible things can move hearts. You don't need a crowd to clap for you to make your art matter. You don't need to go viral to make an impact. You just need to be true to yourself. Maybe you are also an invisible writer, or an invisible artist, or an invisible dreamer. And maybe your story is just starting. Don't wait to be perfect. Don't wait to be fearless. Start now, because the world needs your words, even if it doesn't know your name yet. And one day when someone reads your poem, listens to your song, or feels your story, they'll feel less alone, just like that little girl did, just like I did when I found the invisible writer. Thank you for spending this hour with me. If this story touched your heart, take a moment today to write. Write anything, a thought, a line, a feeling. And if you want to stay invisible, that's okay. Because sometimes the most powerful voices are the ones we cannot see.